Sync.
No,
Sync.
you don't have to do that.
Sync. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Escape Pods.
Casts. Debatable.
I am back again with my co-host,
Eric Bailey.
Yes. And I am Mr. Zane Z.
He lost the other letters in his name.
Yeah, I changed my name legally.
For the crowd, for the fans.
It's for the brand.
Yeah. This episode is likely to be, I don't know, a little more graphic, a little more gruff,
a little more grungy,
a little grimy, a little more R-rated, maybe potentially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've it's been a hell of a long time since we've done the last episode.
Yeah, our last episodes were very much like, oh yeah, we're starting a podcast, but now, well, not only starting a podcast, but like starting our own journeys down creative paths. But now we're fully in those paths, and I guess we're going into the results.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird thing how that turned out. Like, I mean, I guess like I was like starting to like get into like more serious production along like maybe the last few ones we did.
Yeah.
But definitely like hadn't done anything worthwhile yet. So.
Yeah, but it's funny. Yeah, we obviously stopped doing things while we're in the thick of it. So, things you might have missed. There's a couple new Epik Fliks shorts that we've collaborated on. Zane's fully gotten into sound production, even extended beyond just scores and into like actual audio enhancement and stuff like that. Just dipping his foot into it. Not just the toe, the whole damn foot.
Dipping my whole leg in that.
Hope there's no piranhas in here, because my leg is...
it's in there.
Real deep. Well, and the other thing is a feature film with Zane scoring. That's very cool. And that's going to be really soon. That's a big new thing for me. And Zane's had some traction online with a couple tracks and collaborated with some pretty big stars, I would say.
And you're now a full-time colorist?
Oh, we're getting there. I'm moving up the ranks, hopefully.
So that's an actual job in the industry.
Yeah.
I've sort of had a job in the industry.
Yeah. Actually, it's really cool for you because you're still in the education process. I like, depending on what your choices are with the future, but
I mean, you're always in it if you're
like, I guess so. But you're already making traction before even really getting out of the world, which is really cool. Well, I don't know. I guess we have some afterthoughts, I guess, of I don't know. It's been, so for you, it's been like what, a couple years.
Yeah, I think it's been like 2 years maybe since we did the last one. So
yeah, what's your feedback from it all? What's
feedback, advice?
If you could yell at the industry right now and tell them to change something or express your love for certain parts of it, what would your love letter be to this this industry at this time? This industry at this time.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like a known thing at this point that like the music industry is like super shitty at this point in time. I don't know. Like, I've been wondering that too. Like, I feel like the like older generation says that about the music industry now.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And definitely. So, but like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem that way because it's like.
So much.
It's at such like an accessible point now that just like anyone can like literally anyone can make a song and then sell it online and put it on streaming services and do whatever they want like on their own to a certain extent. So
yeah, you're feeling like it's it seems to be at its peak, but at the same time at its maybe its worst in some way, or there's something there's something wrong. Yeah, I think I interpret that as I don't know, oversaturation. Just a lot of artists, and I don't think just in music, but in film as well, and just like art in general. But I mean, I'm sure financial people working in people working in finances.
Oof.
Oh, that's a bad one. Oof. People working in finances or whatever other jobs. I mean, who are we to say that they aren't feeling the same thing? I mean, we are a growing planet. We are getting very overpopulated. So many things we're supposed to be worried about now. Water crisis.
That affects the industry.
It does, though. It like at some point, it's just gonna. It's all it means is more people. More people doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean that's inevitably like you're gonna have just more people coming into. Make music, more people making films.
Yeah, always more competition. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are finding new things to pioneer, but the things to pioneer, I mean, it's really hard to set out and get a job in being the first at something.
Yeah.
It's definitely more the case that you're trying to be one of the couple other people that are, really good at some specific thing. And for arts in particular, I don't know, getting a lot of ideas about like generationally how it's affecting us like I don't know, people have been saying a lot about or commenting a lot on how the difference between our generation and the generation before is like
right,
we were told to go chase our dreams, and so that means maybe a lot more people like really considering our artistic professions.
Yeah, there really is just like the new age of like people is just like do the best you can to like try and do what your like dream thing would be.
Yeah.
So
that means that there's a lot of us out there.
Yeah.
And it's great because we can all collaborate and hit really high like just really accomplish really great things.
It's an interesting thing to look at from my perspective because like ever since I started making music, which was like almost 4 years ago, was like there was still always just pretty much that oversaturation and that like that competition and like so many people and kids trying to do the same thing, and I still like got somewhere with it, so it's like it is kind of just a matter of like if you have like if you're capable of doing it, like it should come at some point. Like I guess just to put it bluntly, like if you haven't gotten anywhere in 10 years, maybe it's like not for you.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, like it's also just such a thing I've noticed is just that like there's so many just like super big artists now that are like not much older than me. And so in a way that's like disconcerting for me to see, but also it's like kind of inspiring because it's like, anything is possible if...
Yeah, it's annoying when you're like, I have one more year to go and then I'm as old as this super famous person.
Yeah. Well, that's like already happened for me pretty much. Like,
well, it's really hard
people
to
that are like my age.
Wells in film too. You're like,
yeah,
frig, like.
Yeah, like people that are like my age or like a year older, and then it's like I'm like thinking in my head like oh, they've like done this already and like I've only done this and like but I shouldn't even fucking like compare those things.
No, of course, yeah.
So like that's definitely one like disadvantage to this generation of like success, I feel like.
Yeah,
just being someone starting out now.
Do you think there could be some sort of crash? Like again, it's not economics, but it's still like, there's
an arts crash.
Yeah, I wonder if it's possible. I don't know.
I don't know. That's weird.
It'd be really hard to picture because
maybe when like
is there such thing as too much art intake overload?
Art overload.
Art overload.
I feel like maybe when like we get to a point where like I don't know. That also just doesn't make sense.
It's
like
yeah.
if like the greatest artists all start like dying off, and then it's like
that just makes room for new people.
Yeah,
think.
exactly.
I would think, yeah, but
there's always just gonna be the next person, so that doesn't even.
I think in my imagining of it, it would be like just there's just everybody's like the same level. Like suddenly there's no longer, really good people and really bad people. It's just like there's just a lot of music or something, or a lot of films, and
I don't think
it's
that's
all
possible.
mediocre, and like people try to do new and edgy things, but like you'll never really find it because it's like, oh, I'm just seeing X amount of shorts here, and like what kind of filtering system. I mean, we've got festivals and stuff and all that, and
yeah,
ideally the good stuff rises to the top.
You can definitely fall into like, looking on like streaming sites or something. You can fall into like a hole of like just an endless stream of like the same thing.
Yeah,
and like tons of different people, but all just the same thing. So
yeah, and discoverability like on apps and stuff is. It's probably not true for most people, but I find it difficult because I'm just like, there's so much. Where do I start?
I've been like thinking about that recently.
You look at the music tree, and you're like, oh, I'm in this little subsection right here. Like, but there's so much more.
I don't know. Do you think there's
have you even found what you want yet? Like,
do you think there's like a, like I don't know, something, like, some like science behind like the way people get followers on certain websites? 'Cause,
I really hope it's not too much to do with like trafficking algorithms and stuff. Like I really hope we're not just presented with the people who are paying the most. I hope that ideally every soundtrack has a way to get to our ears. But
because what I found is that like on SoundCloud, that's like where I've gotten the most traction, and that has obviously just been from my like collaborations on there, because it's just so much like sharing of my name and my account, so that I've got songs on other pages getting like thousands of plays, and then just all those people are just coming over and instantly following,
right,
and then also doing the remix for Panda Eyes and stuff, which is just the same thing. It's like my name, my link right there on this page with like over 100,000 followers. So at that point it's like it's easy to just get like a large chunk of people. But on something like YouTube, it's like that never happens. So you're just not gonna, like, unless you have a video that like goes like super viral, you're not gonna ever get like random big chunks.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because the like one video that got like 20,000 views on my channel, I think that probably only got me like 10 subscribers. So really it just didn't do anything.
I wonder if like subscribers are scarce, but like views are much easier to get, or I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
I've almost given up on trying to understand YouTube because it's and also like using it as a viable.
I've just given up
platform.
on it entirely.
It's really frustrating because
even though that's where this is going.
Funny enough, yeah, probably, but it's super frustrating that everybody suddenly wants to be a YouTuber, but that generally entails.
I think that
vlogging.
I think that trend is like over now. Honestly,
I don't know. That's like
like
a lot to say. I don't know.
Even like 4 years ago, it was like still that like every kid's dream was to like be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And then now after like all the shit that's happened, I think people have kind of realized
what kind of things, like the
like
the platform doing
like the adpocalypse and like the
these sound just like little,
just like all the problems that like creators face now, and like just the endless complaining from like so many YouTubers.
There's a lot. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping there's wake up calls for everybody, but I guess in the end I'm still just I'm surprised that the whole platform gets taken over by vlogs and stuff, and that's what seems to be successful in there. And it's like, well, if I'm trying to make films,
it's weird though too, because
Vimeo or something.
Yeah, it's like you look at someone's content that's like blowing up, and then you're like, oh, like I'll do that, and then maybe my numbers will go up. But then like usually even still that just doesn't do anything.
Because and then you end up with a bunch of videos about the same thing. And, that's why I never.
Twitter is another one too that is like has been the same thing. Like, this December was my like year mark on Twitter, because I got it on the release of my remix last year. And so my Twitter account literally launched with a shout out from Panda Eyes' account, which had, you know, like 10,000 followers or whatever. And, you know, it's been a year and I have like fucking 8 followers. so literally Twitter is like, that's just another one where it's like nothing. Like I don't even understand how I'm supposed to like
utilize it.
Yeah, like use, like do something to like create traction or something.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people who are experts at doing it. That's the thing. But I have zero interest in some of them, some of the big ones, and that's, I don't know. I've yet to find. I almost feel like I want to create my own damn platform, and I feel like it should all just go back to like personal websites. Like I know that's like MySpace. Something people don't really care that much about, but I don't know. That's the one thing you can tailor to really have like what you want, you know, on it. You know, just a page for blogs if that's your thing, or
I mean,
for your galleries.
I guess,
why does it have to be on
portfolio
this
website exist?
Oh, of course. Like, yeah, you can make your own, or you mean not, there's no company specifically pushing that, but the fact that you just buy your own page, like,
yeah, I guess,
because then you just have control over so much more. You can sell stuff there, you can post images however the hell you want, you know, you don't have to go through Instagram's weird, you know, like can't download it, download the pictures after it's posted, or all these weird little things.
Yeah, like Instagram is like, I feel like Instagram and SoundCloud are like the most different to me for some reason, because they both have that aspect of like you can post creations that like could, and you know, do for the most part like get you more traction and more followers, because you know, on SoundCloud it's like posting more and more music, like in the long run it's still like getting you some traction, and then same with Instagram, it's like posting, you know, cool photos. Like that's why I basically try to keep my Instagram like as cool and professional as possible.
Very hip,
you know, no fucking like selfies and bathroom pictures.
Well, that slows me down though, because I'm just like, I don't want to post anything that's not the best.
Yeah, well that's like honestly kind of a disadvantage of it, is like I'm like scrounging for good photos all the time, because it's like, oh, I haven't posted in like weeks, like I need to
gotta keep my
fans
gotta keep
pleased.
Up appearances on the online space.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway,
what else did you want to discuss?
Nothing in particular. This is just reflecting, I guess. This is
wrapped up in the life.
Maybe this podcast isn't so much rough and gruff, but more like oof. That's all. Is a document.
Less rough,
saying oof.
More oof.
Yeah.
More like roof.
Yes. It's a hard knock loof. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
When's this film coming out?
Coming out in February. Should be.
What is that, next month?
Yep. Yeah. I'm just give myself a little time to book everything, and I do need a quick poster. That's about the last thing on the list.
It should be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. But yeah, that'll be good. Otherwise, just trying to make sure the amount of work I end up doing is, you know, pays off in the way that it should. Cause I'm just, everybody around me at the same level seems to be just working their butts off, and just hope it all pays off sooner or later. Yeah. That's the name of the game.
The name of the industry.
The name of the grind.
That's why they call it the speed industry.
Sure.
After all, that's why they call it the speedy industry.
Yes, an expression I've heard many a time.
You know, I've heard they call it the NASCAR of the arts industry.
Methods of
the NASCAR
product.
It's the racetrack of the arts. That's what I've heard. You need to be quick or you get rammed off the fucking road.
I like kind of get what you're getting at. But Yeah. Yeah, we're able to.
Where can they find you?
Yeah, you know me, good old Epik Flick.
Epikfliks.gov.
And Zane Z.org.
ZaneZ.org. Use epikfliks.gov. I'm
And together,
ZaneZ.net.
and together we are Escape
.org.
Podcasts.
Escape Pods.
.pbs.
You can find us at escapepods .pod. Paid a lot for that address.
Yeah, it's all about that, personal site. Screw the platforms, they're creating your own. The rebellion.
I didn't know you could
against
have a website that wasn't .com or like .something.
No, it's definitely .something, but it's...
Yeah, but it can be .anything.
Really?
Yeah. It can be like fucking carrot or something.
I find that hard to believe. But
no, yeah, it definitely
I feel like you mean like
seen it before.
slash carrot.
No, it's not.
Instead of slash notification.
It's
slash
like
carrot.
dot something random. It doesn't have to be one of the things. I don't know if that like costs more or what, but
it's all money. But yeah, I'm gonna
life
Google that.
is money.
I'm gonna Google that.
Why? What are you gonna do? Fucking epikfliks.flick.
No, I'm gonna Google
.gov.
Google dot.
Google dot what?
Google dot zaneswrong.com.
No, see, you already are wrong. It doesn't have to have .com. It can be Google.ZanesWrong. I'm not wrong. Look it up.
All right.
I know of a website that literally... Well, I'll pull it up right now.
All right.
Well, that used to be one I knew.
All right. Well, the proofs just disappeared.
Never mind.
Following up on that in the next episode of Escape
Find
Podcasts.
out if I was right in the next episode of Escape Pods.
Where we'll either have made it or been broken.
Yeah, next episode will be another 2 years in the future. We'll either be super successful or completely fucking broke.
It's all
broken out of jobs.
The next break is life or death, really.
The next episode will be titled either like we
R.I.P.
made it or we made it or I'm done with the industry.
I'm gonna go work at pizza.
I got a job at Pizza. Our new jobs at Pizza. All right. Yeah.
On that note, I'm hungry.
On that note, let's order some fucking pizza.
Sounds good.